Okay, let's see if we get some people in here today. Need to figure out a place to say that I'm going live. Hopefully people find it today. Day trading disclaimer. Content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Trading involves substantial risk. Only trade with money you can afford to lose. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Viewers are responsible for their own trading decisions. No guarantees of success or profitability. Okie dokies. We got rally after rally. Nice overnight one too. Substantial one. Quick on the hour. I think it rose 560 to 741. Almost a 200 point move in an hour. We got that here on the 5 minute 100 point move. Okay, if we look at overnight, it was consolidating majority, and then we get a push around midnight to the upside, brief pullback, and then we get a major push off of 26,523. So 26,520. We get a push, brief sell-off around 600, and we create this huge gap. Another sell-off, retracement, back to 26.7, push up to 26.8. We're getting a sell-off and a push down here to 26.761 pre-market. Significant retracement. We got this new level potential for demand longs to step in just above this R2, this VWAP, and the resistance from this brief pullback, sell-off, accumulation. Brief accumulations here, reaccumulation, and we get an exchange up here, a push down, a slight exchange back to short. So shorts, and we're getting a price discovery back to the downside. Anticipating a hold around 26,740. Am I up? What did I? Okay. Oh, I got new glasses. I could see clearly, like, the road, and I had to freaking adjust to the world being so clear, blurry, free. Like, everything was fuzzy before, I didn't realize. And now everything's all crispy and sharp. I can see the world. I'm nearsighted, so I can see close, but maybe 10 feet in front of me it starts getting blurry, or less than that, like 5. Yeah, I could see. I could see everything. 26,750. I think I'm ready for this open now. Getting some good practice this last couple weeks. Really aware of how I'm taking these trades and trying to improve every day. Just when you watch your tape and you see how you place a trade, you see how you processed it and what you saw. If sometimes you're getting direction right and you're getting what's happening right, and then it happens, and then maybe a brief sweep, or maybe it didn't, and it most of the time I found that my losses came from deeper pullbacks on a breakout, or I thought a consolidation area was going to continue sooner, and then I played the breakout instead of letting a range establish and targeting a continuation towards a support area or break out of that support. So if I can find like the last area of accumulation before a breakout, then that's when you see the impulsive move to the direction, and then you can late add at a high maybe. That's instead of it creating maybe that's a higher probability trade. You see a hold brief higher lows in reaccumulation, an accumulation zone, and a break above, more accumulation, and then so we're going to see something like this today, and then a brief pullback into recent highs. But there could be a sell-off a little bit. So I'm going to wait for pullbacks to establish a support if I'm bullish, and then pullbacks to establish around a support for shorts, which could look like a resistance zone or a supply level. I'm going to look for accumulation before the real move, so before an impulsive move around breakout areas. So we got another breakout area at this high at 810. So we're going to look for potential breakouts above this area for bullish, potential holds, or we get out the trade by then so we can exchange 2 longs for another continuation, wait for a support level to establish where demand feels safe enough to step in, and we can enter off there, and we're just gonna bread and butter this support hold, push back up to recent highs in a bull market, and you do some more back testing on a bear market, how that works, where these pullbacks come back into. But I think as of right now, maybe you can adapt to a selling market, or maybe you can find price discovery back up to the downside, but you'd have to take profit a lot quicker into weakness. If you're not, like, if you're a part of this breakout, then you'd have to take profit into weakness. As soon as you see this impulsive move, a bigger impulsive move, then you'd have to get out, let price reestablish itself, and then gave it back to shorts here, and we're now finding a new demand level around, started to slow down around 50 to 30. We're gonna break below 626. Is there any news this morning? I don't think there's any news. I think just FOMC people were speaking. I think we're driven by greed today. Everybody's greedy. The market's bullish. Everybody's supporting these rallies. And for a break of all-time highs today, did not get to that. Rally to all-time highs, 26,800. Break 26.8, like 50. We're 26.7 right here. I don't know if we get to, if it's gonna be funny around these breaking all-time highs. If demand wants to do that today, are we getting this final push for break all-time highs during the ceasefire? Is the war getting better? So obviously there's a lot of optimism. And uncertainty last night, though, created a little bit of uncertainty with deeper pullbacks at these highs, but got a decisive move to the upside. But this is too impulsive, so potential pullback back to 26,560. So we got a 150 move to the downside potentially this morning. Back to pivot 26,430 for a deeper relief. So we got a couple levels where demand could step in if it's more immediate. We break back up within this range. Oh, but it created a gap here. So maybe we pull back to, what is these pre-market lows? What levels? Hold on, we got a minute and a half to open. This is just selling off like crazy. So the plan is to see this sell off until we see demand step in, or are we seeing short opportunities off open and ride this to the downside? We got profit. We got a bounce off of 2600. This could be a 100-point move to the downside. We'll see. Or if demand holds a 7. We're gonna push to the downside. We got less than a minute to open, and I hope everybody has a good streaming day. If anybody is in my stream, just let me know you're here. So I got the live chat open. Hopefully people are interested in trading MNQ. And I know there's a lot of traders out there. I see a lot of talk of wanting to start trading, or see a lot of people in similar situations where they're still learning, but they're taking profitable trades. So we got 6:30 open, and we're gonna see a hold around 26.7, or we get a break, another sell off, and shorting opportunity for the temporary, this range being established. People taking profit. I think they've already exchanged. That's a 100-point move up into the downside pre-market open. So it looks like there could be a hold here, or a deeper retracement to 26.620, 26.6. We're seeing a break below.
Order filled.
I think demand could wait a little bit. I think it's a demand of shorts, and we see our break below. Got my stop a little bit close here. Could be slippage. We're here for a 1-to-1. It's a deep retracement if it does. We did get a pullback, maybe a bounce off of 700, and then my stop gets hit. I move my stop a little bit too big. We're getting a bounce off of 7. We'll hold around 90. It's gonna be a long
Stop
sweep.
filled.
Could be a potential short sweep, creating this relief of this move. We're gonna find demand for shorts, or are we slingshotting back up? I guess we gotta see. That's a risky play off of 700. Are we more bullish or bearish? Looks like the market was temporarily more bearish, and then now we're getting a hold here off of open. Potential range being established to the downside. Pre-market.
Order submitted.
Better entry for a break to the downside. I'm not trusting NASDAQ longs though.
Order canceled.
Yesterday, and a little bit of fluctuation made me knock out of a trade, step out of a trade, but we are getting a consolidation. Orders picking up here around 700. Want a decisive move one way or the other. So want to be part of this move. This looks more bearish. Maybe potentially get a retracement for a better entry if we're patient here, or we get a break below immediately off NY open, inducing to the downside around 70, 80. We did see a break though. So if we're gonna be part of this break, this is still its first leg. We're gonna get in around 70.
Order filled.
We're targeting 26,600.
Order canceled.
Price discovery to the downside, so maybe
Order filled.
take some profit off of there. That first initial trade I took was, I always just want to be in a trade and see how it goes, just to get the uncertainty out the way. I think it was for demo, but I think a live trade I took would be after this accumulation of shorts, and then price discovery, and then selling to profit target or weakness, and then this keeps going. Demand doesn't look like it's at all long. Shorts are drying up a little bit, but demand could hold around 26,220. This could be that second leg to the downside and creating a range, potential retest off of 700 or a break and hold at around 700, but we do have a substantial low here with a pullback. So we want that range to establish back up to 700. And then we're going short off of 700 if we see an impulsive candle to the downside, targeting for lower lows, higher lows. Could slip all the way up, fluctuate between 90 and 10. Some market participants adding shorts here. There's going to be more slippage and adding shorts, potentially. We're going long, bit of uncertainty here, seeing a impulsive candle. Still bearish though. Could be the end of that retracement. Need to see a decisive move back up around 700 for a hold, and this could be an imbalance targeting new highs. Selling is done. Kind of brief selling, light market here. Decent moves pre-market. If we get a hold on the 5 around 80. Hour sell off. Break above 720 area. Seeing a shorts coming in here, 40% more long. I kind of want more shorts on the S&P. This looks like an accumulation.
Order filled.
Looks like in a brief accumulation here. Could sweep this out and be like, no. Find better prices around 80 for a build to the upside. Targeting this push down. It's relief and push down area. Could be second leg to the upside. So there's going to be a brief sell-off because Netflix lost or didn't do so well. Resolution of war and a meeting this weekend. So still optimism in this war. We're getting an upwards move in this war for it to end. Not quite a big sell-off here. Potential to trail and recover these highs. And validation would be this accumulations area. Maybe in profit a little bit. Maybe slight sell-off. If demand steps in a little bit heavier here, just have a break-even trade potentially. We need some more space between 700 and 20. We get downwards pressure here. Potential reversal targeting new lows here.
Stop filled. Order filled.
Could be a relief for those highs, but it's a bit. And we're targeting this low. If I can get the jitters out and the first initial bad trades out the way, instead of just wanting to be a part of the trade, really plan the first couple of trades out. That's just too happy scalping. Getting a bit of a retracement here. That was just a relief to the downside. Bounce off of 700. Bit of uncertainty. It's bounced off of 26,719 a couple times. So it's a bit stronger level to the downside. Bit of a stronger level to the downside, but this looks like an accumulation for a break. But it did bounce off here, which made me bearish quickly. That type of reading makes me adds to slips and short slips. More longs on the NASDAQ. Got a hold here off of 10. Potential bearish movement to the downside. Got a hold. An exchange. Potential bull flag. This breaks 700. Around 95. Inducing shorts. We got a break below potentially. Maybe a cascade or quick target to 44.50. Got a hold here. Leading a hold of shorts to the downside. Seeing a break. Recent breaks into this accumulation to the upside. Looking to establish a smaller range. Potential break to the downside. Looks like a lot of action is going on here. Market orders to the other side. Short slips. Holds around 94 and 700. Accumulation to the brief accumulation to the downside. So the initial trend is bearish. That was a bit of a retracement. We're getting a push off of that retracement candle on the 5. Could retrace all the way down to like 30. Or VWAP. We get or we're going against war supply. Who's going long? Bigger operators going long or short? Going against the rally here. Interesting. Being a part of the sell-off, potentially. Holding lows at 40. Or we get a natural retracement of these highs. Back down to 600. Get a natural correction down to 600. We'll see. This looks like I could be part of a sweep anyways, or just a brief taking profit here. I'm not sure if they're building it one way. I'm not sure which way they're building this. Looks a bit more bearish. See if we're right. Holding around 94. It looks like this is a crucial candle. A break below. Looks like it's turning this high here. Looking for a drop, but not sure why. So hold up on orders. When they're done with their orders, stay beyond their sweep. Looks a little bit long here. This side doesn't hold again for the sweep back to the downside. And this kind of looks more immediately bullish. Looking for a breakout to the upside. Or rally takes precedence over a brief sell-off in the morning. We get a continuation of this. We get a reversal if we get the break even around 94. Or we gotta just
Order filled.
more of a break to the downside, isn't it? That was more of a grind. What do you want to stay out of? But this could create we saw a break below after accumulation. More of a demand was holding here. More longs, more war rally. Slippage around 90. More longs on the NASDAQ. Could be a good hold and reverse here. We take profit. Building our thesis back up to the upside. The pre-market hold, dip, accumulation, 643 into an orb. Some action slips and price. Getting a hold here. People getting liquidated maybe. Micro ranging above 90, around 90, 700. Seeing a break up above 710. We trade well into 800 for this target of overnight highs and see if we just hold, And that would be the trade of the day. You do get steady grind to the upside. I think that's what people are building right now. So it's the exchange rallying, close on the 5, another push up. So get a retracement and break for all-time highs today. Potentially don't want to go against this rally. It's been proving stronger. Maybe that it's just light volume to the upside. It's still got to sell on the 1 hour. That's what's been holding people up here. Unless we get a magnet back up to these highs, then they're keeping selling low here. Sell around 700. Could be building relief of those shorts that last 5. Inducing longs that last 5. Accumulation. Hold. Hopefully we don't get a sweep here at this low around 70. Building off of 700. More leaning intraday recovery to the upside retracement. This is a A+ setup on the 5. Found a support, established support during a war rally. Nobody to go short here unless there's a defensive short around 40. We'll see when we get beyond this 40 level for today. Or we get a range established before we get the move back up to 800, or we get a heavy accumulation for a big move. Getting sweepy here. Not too many orders around 700. This is gonna establish a range first. This is mad pressure to the downside. Let's see if this breaks 40. 2070 slips. Demand steps in here again for the rally. Interesting. So probability that after an accumulation there is a sweep does happen. A deeper relief of a demand zone. So now we got another demand of 70. A relief of those longs there. Some created a gap between 780, 60. Could be a higher low or break below. I think they want a deeper retracement. I think they just did it. So after the first initial move pre-market, the operator was in there. They're accumulating more for a deeper move and a break. Could be trading down. 4 hours still closing red green. That's why it was a sell-off. That 4 hour, then look at the 4 hour major push to the upside, waiting for a relief of that. Kind of wicking a lot. Had to wait for a demand. This wasn't really a demand. This was a second leg to the downside. Similar to yesterday, 1 and 2 accumulation, first initial move, establish a direction. It just kind of didn't want to go against the war rally. It looked like it recovered the downwards push and created a range. So we're coming back up. Potential roll rally.
Order filled.
Targeting these highs or a break of these highs.
Order filled.
I want to keep my stop too close. Don't want to over leverage. I'm supposed to stay with 2. Now I feel like I'm risking too much. Just a little tilty. Hate demo now. Just kidding. I love demo with all my heart, y'all. You gotta keep it cool. If you take stupid trades or it goes against you. Getting an accumulation back up to the upside. Brief selling. Good profit target. Potential break. Could have been a sweep. Take profit. Doesn't start taking profit a bit sooner. Waiting for this next leg. Potential to de-risk or trade into. Getting a nice push back up to 710. 715. Maybe could extend this like we were and get ready to exit. If we get less selling going on here, if we get a break above as true direction, trading bullish, then we get a bearish move and close.
Order filled.
Okay, that was up quickly. 700 to build off of 700 again, or we bearish? That's like trying to figure out if they got a second leg from a pre-market, but we got a quick holds to the upside, so there's a sell-off and bit biased. We've seen a break and
Order filled.
I knew it. Let's keep this there. Let's trail and take profit quickly. We got the war rally. I think everybody's a bit excited for this to see this break to the upside. We want to adjust this to this low and adjust this high to 20 something, 26.8. Back to that high. Seeing that break, reversal, more longs here. Take a profit on the way up. Could stall a little bit. Create a break at this level. 26,720. Got selling to highs here. See, recent high was there. See how this looks. If we can match pre-market high. And this bear seller is out the way. So if this bear seller is out the way, this 5 broke to the upside and a bit of an early entry, bit of retracement and accumulation. I'm always too early or too late. I don't want to risk too early or too late, because that too late, it'll get you. We're getting an accumulation here. Maybe not too many sellers at this area. It slips to the upside. Gotta hold off of 720. This could be a fake out to the upside. More supply at this level. Want selling to stop, so we could just get this upside impulsive move. This looks like an accumulation off of 720. I did get one view. Nobody said nothing though. I gotta pay attention to my chat. There's someone in there. Chat, what's good? How we doing today? Got a good trading morning. Still early for me, 6:54. Hopefully you got a good trading morning start where you're from.
Stop filled.
Got a crazy range back down to the downside. Spike like wild. Can't read this. Gotta stay out of liquidity. Be a part of the big move before liquidity. You never know when that impulsive move's gonna happen. You're gonna move back up to the upside. Let's reassess for a sec. I guess my new glasses or something. I don't know. Can't really sell the consolidation unless you're gonna be part of that range only. Playing the breakout's a little bit more riskier because it's more range bound. When you got a breakout, then you're part of price discovery, and then you don't take profit, and it comes back and you take less profit. That's still a W. But we saw a breakout to the upside, a hold around 700. Most is going around. Orders happening around 7 to 710. I think this is waiting for a bigger move to the upside on the 5. If we get a continuation to the upside, just
Order submitted. Order filled.
want to keep my.
Order filled.
It's a new demand here. New demand longs. Or brief relief from this move to the upside to 730. We got an accumulation around 700. Relief, not too many shorts. More upside potential. A relief of that shorting. Someone accumulating around 700. Got a brief move, some more accumulation. Bad calls, huh? You win some, you lose some. Want to stay out, that's why you gotta be hella selective. Didn't create 3 points. So that's the 4th point. So we got a new one. We gotta move up. Hold off of 700. 2. 3rd point, targeting recent highs. A break. Break at 740. We're gonna hold at 700. We got slippage down to 60. Yeah, so that's a range. Looks like they're keeping this up, and it could crash again. So really trying to build this back up to the upside and keep your stops just far enough away to not get swept out for the real move. Bearish, targeting 800, and that's gonna be a good day. So all these supply levels until 800 though. All these taking profits and exchanges and shorting and new supports till 800, or we get an impulsive move that just flows, skyrocket. Slingshots back to the upside. Boom, boom. Got to build off of 700. A deeper build from 740 to 700. Higher build. Be relief unless the seller's always stepping in around 740, 750. This could be a build that way. Yeah, maybe that's how accumulation looks. When there's a bigger move to the upside, people are anticipating getting in early, building their moves, keeping their stops far. So slippage could be what this looks like, an accumulation candle, but I don't want to get stopped out. There was a spike to invalidate there around 70. We are getting a build. Let's see if we get a break at 30. We get a micro range. Accumulations, slightly taking profit. Seven o'clock volume. Building on this trade, targeting 800 for the day. We got a relief of that 5-minute sell candle. We had a sell on the 1 hour. That still closed. Oh, because this move 6:30 to 7, 6 to 7. Yeah, we had a sell off and we got an accumulation. See if this holds and doesn't slip too far to the downside. We got my entries at 705, build off at 700. My stop is at 90. My target is at 800. 70 points away. Things could just skyrocket and shoot to the moon and hit my target. Thinking about de-risking or taking profit at highs. It's gonna be taking profit at highs, or do I hold till 800? I'm still trying to get better at taking profit and during times of price discovery into a weakness or the first red candle. I think we can, at this accumulation, start trailing, or maybe even a break-even trade, and then it finds a new support around 30. This could just be discovering till 8. So people were in on this accumulation, taking profit at these highs. Saw a break above. This could be a quick correction, slingshot to 800. But we got probably more accumulation. We got selling. We gotta get in quick for accumulation of longs. Not sure if they're shorting at these highs. No reason to short at these highs. Reclaim of this upper VWAP. Reclaim of a sell-off. We got man inducements here. Kind of want to take profit, but this is going to be the trade that makes up for the day. So the plan is to go to 800. So I hold and risk and manage and pay attention to potentially have to take profit sooner. If we get a deeper retracement back to 700, if this needs to break 750, or we get a lower high at 750, we get a brief sell-off, a new support at 30. New support at 16, 30. Should have took profit here and find a better entry. Hey, when I do that though, potentially support this and add a 30. Get a relief here. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, break a 50. We're seeing a hold around 40 to the upside a little bit. More accumulation here. No reason to short unless we got a defensive shorter, because that would be the invalidation of bearish around 26.8. They're bearish around 26.8. This could be a double top or a lower high around 26,750. Will that be going against a war rally? If they go to 26.8, it could break 26.8. I think they're trying to break all-time highs. It could potentially happen today with the next 100-point move. All-time high is 26.850. Let's just see if we could be intraday holders now and evolve into holding for longer and longer and risking more and more, or however that goes. We're seeing a break of 50. Could be building here. Could just slip to 800 at any moment. I think I'm gonna take profit at 800 or at that high, or maybe see how it is, the reaction at that level. Potentially come into profit here. I don't expect too much of a move to the upside, but this does look like it's just going to be a steady grind to the upside. Just want to avoid brief selling noise. Momentum picks up here at 705. Bullish for this morning. Went through a sell-off. Seen a break of highs here. 60. Selling that candle a little bit. Break of 64. 65. We got a push down. It's off of 65. We got something picking up here between 60 and 65. Can't be too short and too heavy, taking mad profit there. You can see this fluctuate like those people talk about instead of taking profit. I try to avoid that, but I know that people talk about being in trades for hours, and so we're in drawdown for a long time and went back to break even. So I think take profit, you got it right. You got to take profit and get out of there. But like, what is your A plus take profit? This looks like it's presenting a move back up to a retracement back up to 800. Then do you find a good entry and wait until it gets to 800, or is that an uncertain move? You have to adjust if there's a lower high or stuff like that. We're 1% up, and it's Friday. Could be a Friday sell-off from longs, but I think if they're going with the flow of this market, they probably have bought around 7 and are waiting for this to go back to 8. And I think that's everybody's plan. It's going to be a sharp profit taking at 8, or is it going to be breaking new highs until 9? But we're seeing some upwards movement here, upwards progress to 8. This trade is up 200. 2 micros. Accumulation between 50 and 60. Selling to new longs. I like bull trends because it's like you're selling into strength too. On retracements back to recent highs, you're selling back into strength. The anomaly would be the bearish short that recovers there. I'm not sure why you need to do that. Create some sort of range of relief. Nobody feels safe with these highs. But you think that they'd all feel, especially if you're meeting price with what the instrument is covering, like the NAS 100, this is covering 100 of the tech stocks. And really, if they're doing well, that sell-off happened, Netflix happened, and then we're getting a rally for tech stocks here. So if tech is doing well, then this has to do well. So tech must have been doing it extraordinarily well. This is a repricing for the tech era for AI. And if we look at AI, that's a huge leap too, and just amazing resource. It's like a library that talks, a living library that knows everything that people put out there, that people haven't put out there, hasn't yet discovered, and is probably discovering answers for everything now, and how to approach that information with you. And I think that's amazing. It's all been coding and collecting data and trying to keep up with how much you can learn and benefit from AI, and it's on your phone and easily accessible. Just seeing how else you can benefit from a source of knowledge like that. So to make more money, Google Finance has a research function too that I trust, that I like to look at. It's like an AI research function, and who knows what Google knows about finance, and how they piece that info together is pretty precise and helpful. But I did get one view. Oh, we got one viewer here. Oh my goodness. You're like my first viewer that I saw. You want to chat it up? Let's trade together. This rally, we're in this rally I'm in, it's 26,705. I'm break even. I'm trailing this to 800. So if you're trading MNQ or what you're doing, if you want to say what you're trading in the chat. Because you're the first viewer that I've seen while I'm live streaming. Okay, so we're up 26 to 780. Potentially thinking of taking profit. I think I dug a hole trading down here in this exchange here. So the sell off, finding lows, ranging a little bit. Got spiked out a couple times. Part of this accumulation. Found a new support at 700 and steadily climbing. See how this plays out. This rally plays out to the upside. Getting a brief sell off. 2060 to 70. Part of this rally though. Just being patient on this hold up. Getting a sell off on the 5. And we got the green light on the hour. See if we can break all-time highs with this next hour candle. Within the next hour potentially. I think volume's gonna step in for longs here. $26,760. Maybe we got a high here.
Order filled.
Not sure why I closed, but I do want to find a better entry here to 26. I just wanted to take profit off the table. Should have took profit up here. I was up like almost 300. Not really gauging P&L for the day. Just want to take better trades. This is demo. I do got a small account. It's trying to build a strategy to trade that into 1,000. So it's a small account challenge, but it's small account preparedness, demoing. Seeing if I could scalp the first hour or 2 hours of NY Open. Let's see if I like reading the tape, being a part of retracements back to highs. So this created a high, short stepped in, created a low, and it's been accumulating here. I think building this to break all-time highs for the day, or at least this recent high here. And how I went about it, I should have just accumulated at these lows as soon as I seen a relief of this downwards move. There's gonna be something for range and in exchange of whoever was supporting these shorts. But I think decisively off of 26,640, just made a push, a relief, and another accumulation, another support, 26,700. So that's a 60-point move to the upside. People taking profit, potentially people getting back in 26,750. This could be an accumulation again. Secondary, we got a breakout of this level. Could potentially come back down 26,720, retracement, sell off for a push back up to the upside. We got that at 26,745, and this could be potentially an accumulation, 26,760. So we could be in this continuation to the upside soon. Steady grind to the upside, should just held. But it's demo, so I click buttons faster. I like demo though. So no risk for now until I figure this out. Don't want to risk real money, not even prop firm at this point. But I am reading the charts though, getting used to seeing accumulations and then getting in. But I am over trading a bit. If I could get that under control first before I start risking real money. I need my P&L on demo to be green for the foreseeable future. And they're gone. Dang, you should have wrote me. Could have chatted it up. Should have tried to keep your attention better. No, you're gone. That was my first viewer I saw though. It's pretty cool. That means there are people alive out there. There is people out there. Okay, so we're getting a nice move. This would have been a nice move. I was in at 26.7. That would have been the trade of the day. Potentially would have played a couple of range plays. If this didn't happen pre-market. But yeah, taking profit here. This is a steady grind to the upside. So I just gotta be real money. And I'm wondering how they think of me, and that's kind of crazy, you know? When you actually got somebody on who's watching you. It's different than, it's like you gotta, I don't know, 7-16. Waiting for this move to hit 800 and I'm out of it because I exited too early. Taking a breather. Thought I read this correctly. What trades did I take this morning? I gotta start trading with my small account, but I'm funny and it should be ready on the 21st, so sometime next week. Maybe I tried to read this too soon. Tried to short this breakout, got stopped. Tried to short this, made profit. Try to buy this, broke even. Try to short this, long this. Changed my mind. Thought it was a hold for some reason. Yeah, I think that was I was like, nah. I was a little bit tilty here. Try to sell this. Entered in on a sell. Broke even. Bought this. Sold here. Bought this. On a breakout. Got stopped. Bought this. It's part of a good trade here. And this trade moved. So I got this breakout wrong. So we're gonna move off 26,750.
Order submitted. Order filled.
It's been an accumulation here. Keep my validation a little bit closer. My target just around 800. When we get potential next move to the upside here, it's been accumulating for some time. Experienced a couple reliefs. Not too sure about shorters here off of 50. Looks like it's built another move off 50, but it might have to relieve this 50. Targeting 800. I don't know why shorts would be stepping in here. This does look like it could be shorting opportunity, sell off. I'm part of a sell off. I'm long on a sell off. You want to be short at the high of a start of a sell off. You never know when demand is going to pick back in when that sell off is done. Getting more shorting, more selling. Saw a break below. Need demand step in here again. Need more relief or demand, finding demand around these lows. I think finding a demand way lower. So if we get this short to get all the way down to 700 again, we get a potential to push off of 700. It's going to be the biggest long sweep and short sweep. Could be built off of 30. Could just be recovering between 30 and 70. I think 50 was fair. We created a gap around 7. Another one to the upside. We getting a gap to the downside off of 60. We getting demand and hold and exchange and back up to the upside off of 30. I got a demo like this is live, so I'm not wasting too much time. I'm just trying to learn here, but I'm trying to be transparent about what I'm learning and what I know, what I don't know. But yeah, that was a sell-off. Could be it's a significant sell-off. Broke all the way back down to 700. This 700 to 800 moves kind of wasn't as strong, but it is pretty strong. On 1 hour, you got the green light. 4 hours still green. The new 4. Just a brief. Found a lower here and then found another high.
Order filled.
Don't want to be too discouraged about P&L. So to be part of this trade was a profit target at 800 today. Is that out of the question to think that's going to get to 800? But how I get there is risk management, and when I find a good entry that doesn't invalidate or stop me out and then continues in that direction. So it looks like a head and shoulders. There's pressure off of 70, a lower high here for a continuation to the downside. Maybe just briefly not breaking all-time highs today. We feeling that sentiment. No, I don't think we should break all-time highs during war.
Order submitted.
Saw a break below.
Order filled. Order filled.
Predicament here. So we got a push off of 70, a break below, or maybe just another hold off at 30, huh? Oh, I'm tripping. Everything's a bit bullish, except for the 5. It's just a sell-off, pullback. if I do this for a year, I think I can learn a lot from my trading. So I plan to do this at least until the end of the year. This is in my favor. It's a lower high though. Let me find a new demand. Maybe it did take that to. I think it's too much caffeine when I start trading, and I think I'm too alert. I gotta be more relaxed, just reading what's going on. Once I start being profitable on demo, that's when I start. When I'm consistently profitable on demo, then that's when I take the leap into real money. But in the meantime, I'm gonna mess around with small account here and there, see if I can build it with. Maybe I see something set up on demo, then like it probably would have been a good opportunity to take this accumulation and break for new highs or retracement to these recent highs. I would have took that trade, just one. Looks like we're getting a hold though, around 40 and lower potentially. Created an FEG to the upside on this around 35. I already have 4 views, so 4 people saw me not doing so well, but who cares? Because this is good for me. I don't know. Yeah, I think I took too much caffeine, feel all weird and jittery, but still sleepy. So I don't know if we're coming back down to the downside or what. I know I'm over trading, but what else can I do to improve? I need like a mentor to talk about strategy with. If I have my strategy right, then what is it? They talk about psychology. What about my psychology is not good? Discipline, maybe. Only being disciplined to take the trades that I feel like are A+. Avoid losses, mainly. So I don't want to be in all the trades, but also got to learn how to read the market clearer. What's going on? What could happen next? How to plan for what's happening next? Maybe better levels. Sometimes I see people picking levels like how did you know what I mean? What's the significance of those levels to you? And we're getting a sell-off in shorts to the downside, but there's still 30% more long on NASDAQ. I think everybody's building a new low here. So it does revisit recent resistance. I think that is safe to say, especially in a big accumulation when that price target to the upside is so juicy. There's going to be a lot of people in here supporting, and it could create a lot of volatility and price action. Just picking up on limits and markets but it does look bullish for the day though. Even after this sell-off, it's about to be 7:30, and I'm in a short. I wonder if that retraces all the way back down, and betting on a sell-off to 26,678. That's a deep sell-off. I think this target would be more here for a quicker relief into support and then reverse. Because it is finding support around 30. So don't want to be in this down trade when I'm bullish. Sometimes the 15-second is to your detriment. Sometimes it's to the detriment if it's a breakout. I noticed, because if it's range, then 15-second range plays are, I think, are also bread and butter. So into after that breakout and it establishes a range, there's quick opportunities on the 15-second that's really volatile, but that you can trust. Actually, there's these points of contact, and that go to that. That's like a 40-point range that happens quickly over and over again, like 1, 2, a whole brief hold here, 3, and then 4 before we're made. So that happened 4 times. It might be wrong on 1. And then we got a break, signals and accumulation to the upside, and we got another one to find this hold off of 700, and then we're having a brief
Stop filled.
and then this is going to target those recent highs and break recent highs. Now that I found a new support, that's at 2730. Maybe late adders if it does retrace a bit, and I'm in around 30 or 40. Seeing a break of that, reselling hold, targeting 50 to 80. Another accumulation. This would be a good entry here. Good entry would be around 30, so I'll break above. Not part of this trade. Yeah, I don't think I could have caffeine in the morning like that. That has me feeling too on, like unnaturally on. Bye. Still got a lot of learning to do. P&L looking crazy this morning. I'm not sure why. Bad habits. Getting in trades too early. Can't wait to assess this. Am I done trading for the day? I feel like my focus is like spent a little bit. But we did see a concurrent viewer as I was live, so that was pretty cool. My first time. Didn't get a live chat though. That would have been cool to figure out what's going on. Yeah, but okay, I guess that's the trading day. I think this could break 800 though. Yeah, selling stopped, and we get a break to the upside. Maybe I'll just take a break and I keep trading. I'll be right back. let me see. Next good trade. Seeing a break above. Need a new support to establish. We just keep it simple as that. Waiting for a support. More support, more demand, higher probability it goes in your favor. It's a bit extended as a support, but looks like we're gonna hit profit target at 800 though. So if I didn't exit here, or would I exit here? It would have, I don't know, maybe even, I was in at 705. I think my entry was in at 705. Could have been a 100-point move hold. See, that's how that happens there. There was this pre-market move. So it was basically just ranging a little bit here. I guess a little bit of a sell-off. I was anticipating a deeper retracement, a deeper sell-off, but made that move, made that high, 3 points of, with a little bit of slips to the downside, better entries. So you probably isolate this range, an accumulation range, and then accumulation, and then it's like people probably thought it was gonna be bearish, got a hold off of 40, push up, relief, and accumulation again, push up, relief, reversal, accumulation, and steps up, relief, found new support off of 70. Need more time in this relief up at this high. Or it could just break to 800 and then we get a consolidation around 800 and then a build from 8 to 9. That would be a break of all-time highs. Imagine it could be consolidating around 800 for a while, or for the rest of the day it could be going up. Just gotta find a good entry. Around 70, I think. Find an entry around 70. Just does relief. A deeper retracement after this move. Potentially off of 50. Or we just get a break above 800 right now. Looks like it. Selling at this high. I think it's coming back down to 50 first though. At least around 67, 70. See it break 800. Kind of low-key want to see it break all-time highs. That's close. I think all-time highs is around 50. Like, overall for the NQ, all-time highs break. That's 4 hours strong. 1 hour's demand. Seeing a break at 800, 807. I can be part of this trade. It's just demo, but I'm calling. Oh, we got mass slippage, 20 points to the upside. Take a profit, 20 and 30. Exchanging to who up here? Looks like more longs, more demand. You guys are going to be a part of a break of all-time highs. This is a nice play from 50 to 100. From 700 to 750. Maybe would have avoided this, saw this break, wait for a retest of this break, maybe even entered. Consider 700 as an entry. Target about 50 points. So if this is round numbers, 700 to 750, and there's like a 20-30 point range around 50, and then we got a continuation back up and another 50 point move potentially to 800. So had to relief here a little bit around 70. Made this move from 70 to, so this is a 50 point move. I think it's gonna relief of highs, may retrace just below 800 and another build around 800 to 850. We gotta wait for a pullback potentially. Could be a 20 point slip back down to 80. Or this could just be selling to highs here. It's price discovery to the upside. So there's no reason to short at these highs. We just sell for higher and higher. That would have been a good build off 800. Potentially entry off 800. We got the pullback before the 800 for a relief of those highs. About a 50 point move to the upside, 60 points. The second leg off of 50. So 100 point move. Last 30. That's kind of crucial. I want to be part of this trade, but I feel like it's extended to the upside unless I start shorting here. So I see some indication selling to reversion back up to 800, back down to 800. But you never read these exchanges correctly. These consolidations, and then we're getting downwards pressure, relief of this high. We're gonna find a new support of shorts here, new support of longs. I mean, you get a long squeeze, sell off until 800 potentially, 800 or 90. Find that to be a new support around 800. Maybe a sell-off at these highs, or we just get an impulsive move to the upside to 50. It's like I want to be here to see these breaks all-time highs. That's a cool looking move to the upside off of 23,000. If I had mad money, I would have just freaking maybe around 24.5. 24.5, break at 24.5. 25 to 26 maybe. I think I would have been interested. 25.5, 25.6, 25.400 to 26.800. That's 1,400 point move. Traded 1,000 points of that. I would just exited at highs. We're seeing how prices are on highs. Be swinging that, and that's a potential swing too. I'm sure people are doing that. Gotta consider what everybody's doing in the market. It's kind of crazy. It's probably why it's too unpredictable. So sell-offs are That's a significant sell-off that we've seen. There are 2 significant sell-offs that we've seen. Background 5. We're at this high right now. It looks like we're gonna break all-time highs. 26,835. And get a celebration of all-time highs. And blame the ceasefire for such excellent rallies. Thank the ceasefire, the war ending, retracement, and a break of all-time highs within like less than a month. Amazing. The biggest rally the market has seen. Potentially, this is the biggest move that the market has seen. Big ups to rallies, huh? Big ups to ceasefire. Didn't trade very well this morning, but improving every day. We got the weekend coming up. Nice break for traders. I like one day off. I like a couple of days off. The weekend's pretty long though. Always feel the need to be doing something with trading, but I need to spend more time reading these, getting comfortable, reading the market, calling the market. I know if I do this for a long time, then I'm gonna get good at it. Even if it's a little progress day to day, picking up on what I learned the previous day. And if I do that for a decent amount of time, then I'll start being profitable. It's just a little shaky in the beginning, but just never give up, never give up, never gonna give up. And we got this in the bag, and just gonna stack and compound and grow all kinds of accounts. And consider what people are doing in the prop firm space. Think about picking up some of that. Maybe copy trading. That seems bread and butter. Spread de-risking around like 5 accounts and making 100 to 200, risking a little amount per trade in a $50,000 account. It seems like low risk, high reward, multiplied. But it also feels like if I have a big live account, then that would just be the main objective, is to have a big live account, just to grow that. So I don't know whether the risk is more or less compared to prop firms and live. Live is just all you. Prop firm seems to be like there has to be catch. Maybe the way you approach trading. Maybe it limits how you trade. Consistency rules and drawdowns. I think that's the glittery object, is the how much can you risk for a drawdown, and that means you could lose $2,000 compared to like $150, however much you paid for that account. So that seems to be, there's probably like, and plus prop firms are like not A or B book, they're like C or D book, like where their orders are paralleling. So it's like they have to keep, you know what I mean, how they operate with the broker. It's kind of confusing. You got to figure out what book you're a part of there, and if it's just how well you demo and how they portion out their incomes or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to research, but yeah, I don't know. But it seems to be like that's the wave, prop firm wave, and less risk and small account, similar to having a small account with bigger, more room to work with. This is drawdown, and I did got another view this morning. Freaking racking them up. So yeah, just gonna keep on trading every day, getting better, and hopefully find a community of people to trade with. get my eyes on people who know what they're looking at too, and start trading together and helping each other out. So yeah, I think that's it for me this morning. I hope everybody has a good rest of the day and good trading. Okay, bye.